This conference will now be recorded.
So I'll discuss theory first about Oracle Fusion. See, it's not about Fusion. Any software application, how we work on the software application. It's not about Fusion applications. Any software application, how do you work? Like how do we work on the software application? In your company, you're working on some application, right? So how do you work? First you log in, isn't it? First you log in. See, any software application, to work on the software application, very first thing, we need to log in into the application and then we can work. Same Fusion also, first we need to log in into the application and then from there we can work. Okay, so I'll discuss about EBS and Fusion both here so that you understand how terminologies are changed. See, in EBS, we log in to work. In Fusion also, we log in to work. Okay. After you log in into the application, how do you work? Like you work on the responsibilities. Let's say you joined XYZ company. That XYZ company hired you for payables job. I mean, you have to work on payables every day. So what they do, they give access to payables. Yes or no? Company gives access to payables, and every day you log in into the application, you see payables to work, isn't it? It's nothing but your job responsibility. See, every person who joins a company, he gets some job responsibility to work, right? Every person. So it's nothing but now here, after we log in into the application, we need responsibilities in EBS. In EBS, the terminology we call it as responsibility. Responsibility is nothing but the way, I mean, it's a way a user can work on the application functions. For an example, payables, I want employee A to work on payables. For an example, I want employee B to work on receivables. I want employee A to work on payables. I want employee B to work on receivables. Employee 1 or employee 2. Employee 1, payables, employee 2, receivables. I need to create username for both employees, right? They both have to log in. And then I need to provide them as per their job role or as per their job responsibility in company. I need to provide them access in the application to work day to day, right? So that is called responsibility. For employee 1, I create payables responsibility, and for employee 2, I create receivables responsibility. In Oracle, we call it as responsibility. Employee job responsibility, we call it as responsibility. So we give responsibility in the user to the to the employee, so that employee log in into the application every day and he see that responsibility, whatever is assigned through responsibility, he or she works every day. Got it? So through responsibility, one can work. So how do we create responsibility? Let's say payables application. With payable application, you have to create responsibility. Let's say receivables application. With receivables application, you have to create responsibility. And through that responsibility, employee is going to work every day. Okay. Let's say both are working on payables. So I create one responsibility, and as I see two users, both of them, but responsibility is same assigned to both. You don't have to create two different responsibilities. You have to create two different responsibilities in one case. Let's say employee A is working for some organization, employee B is working for, or employee 2 is working for different organization. Then these both fellows require two different organization access. So you have to create two different responsibilities, though they are working on payables. Though both are working on payables, you have to create two different responsibilities to provide them access from the user. So basically, this is a logic we use in EBS to create username and provide them work to work every day, isn't it? In Fusions, after we log in, employee needs job responsibility. Sorry, job roles. We call it as job roles. An employee, when logging into the application, employee requires job role. Without job role, employee cannot work. So what is this job role? For payables, job role is there. For receivables, job roles are there. For cash management, job roles are there. See, there are job roles provided by Oracle as standard job roles. You can also create custom job roles. See, Oracle provided standard job roles. Let's say for GL, Oracle provided 3 to 4 job roles. Those job roles are created by Oracle as per their strategy. But in your company, see, every company have their own strategies to give work to the employees, right? So how we can provide complete access what Oracle is provided? No, we create our own custom job roles. In EBS also, there are so many responsibilities are provided by Oracle, but those responsibilities may required by company or may not required. So that is the reason we create custom responsibilities. Same here, we can create custom job roles also, or we can use standard job roles. See, basically standard job roles provided by Oracle gives access to complete. When you create custom job role, you can create job role with limited access. Got it? So how Oracle is provided? Oracle is provided some job roles for GL, some job roles for payables, some job roles for receivables, some job roles for cash management, some job roles for assets. Same way, some job roles for purchasing modules, some job roles for what we say, order management modules, some job roles for inventory, some job roles for manufacturing. For every application, there is a job role to use and then work. Let's say, for an example, I want Oblesh to work on payables. Then I need to create I need to create username for Oblesh, and I need to assign job roles related to payables. I can assign directly provided by Oracle, but when I assign directly provided by Oracle, Oblesh get access complete payable access he can do. But I don't want Oblesh to access complete, then I have to create custom job role. Clear? So login, then job roles are required, then you can work. So these job roles, see, actually in EBS, in Fusion, there are 3 types of roles: job role, duty roles. See, duty roles is no more now. We used to call job roles only as duty role in the previous version of Fusion. So duty role is no more now. Now it is only job role. We used to call duty role, and there is something called abstract role. See, basically these abstract roles, see, database and application. Between these two, you need communication. So when you are assigned with abstract role, you can do that communication. Okay, database and application. So between these two, you want communication, then abstract role is required. So then you can communicate. And abstract role, it was different in the previous version, but now what they did, even abstract role they have included in the job role. So you don't require to assign duty role and abstract role. Only job role is enough. Everything they have included in the current version, release 13. Before that, release 12, release 11 was there. Release 13, what they did, they have created this something called job roles, and they have included everything into the job role. So only job role is enough. Even you create custom job role, you have to include everything, whatever you want, you have to include everything in one job role. You can't create job role, abstract role separately. So everything into one, that is called job role. Okay. So every employee need a login, username, password to enter into the applications. Then job role is required to work. And once user get job role, then based on job role, user works on the application. Whatever access based on job role user get, on that functions employee work every day. Clear? See, as a part of this training, first we are going to create username as usual, okay, and then we will provide job roles, whatever we are going to, okay, whatever we are going to do in this training, those job roles we will assign to the username. In Oracle EBS, there is only one way to create username. Only one way in the sense, only one path, only one place from where you can create usernames. But in Fusion, username is divided into two. I mean, you have two types of usernames. Two types of username. One you create from administration, one you create from HR. When employee joins a company, HR can create username. And one you can create from application directly. How we call them? We call them as implementation user, employee user. We call it as implementation user and employee user. Implementation user, employee user. What is the difference between these two? See, implementation user cannot be a procurement agent, cannot be a collections collector. Normally company do collections, right, on whatever they sell. Cannot be a collections collector. Implementation user cannot be a buyer. See, when you cannot be a procurement agent, you cannot buy. When you are not collector, you cannot collect. Implementation user cannot be a salesperson. System don't accept to make implementation user a salesperson or procurement agent or buyer or collector. Only employee user can be all. Employee user can be a collector, can be a procurement agent, can do anything. See, both you can see both are similar. The only change in these two users is implementation user that you create from administration. Whatever users are created from administration, they cannot select as a procurement agent, buyer or collector or salesperson. When you create a username from HR, that username can be selected for procurement agent, for buying, I mean as a buyer, as a collector, as a salesperson. This is the difference. Now you may get a question. So implementation user can only implement software, or employee user can also? Employee user can also implement software if employee user get access to the implementation job roles. See, for every work, Oracle is provided job role. Even to set up application, you need a job role. Without job role, you cannot set up applications. Okay, for an example, like I'll take the same example. Opalesh joined the company and I want to give access to payables. I'll not give job role access which are related to setups because he don't set up, right? So why should I give setup access? I'll just give payables whatever he works that access. Setup access we get, being a consultant we get because we do all setups, right? So we have to do setup, that's why we get setup access. So you can provide setup, I mean setups, application setups or administration job roles to employee user also. But directly you can't create employee user without creating implementation user. The reason because to create employee user, you need legal entity, business unit. That means you need your legal entity and business unit because when employee joins a company, while creating employee details, it asks us. I mean that information is mandatory. You join the company with a company organization name, right? Let's say in Tata Groups, somebody joins. They're not joining for Tata Groups, actually. They're joining for TCS. So they have to select in HR, they have to select organization name, legal entity name as TCS. If employee joins for Tata Motors, they select legal entity name as Tata Motors. Yes or no? And coming to this business unit, see, every employee is joining first to work in some business unit. And that employee gets salaries and everything from that business unit only, right? Now TCS Hyderabad, I'm a part of TCS Hyderabad. See, if I as an employee create in their database, then they create Shashank as an employee, and then they select TCS company as a legal entity, and they select TCS Hyderabad as a business unit, because I'm joining for TCS Hyderabad business unit. You got the point. So while creating employee user, you need these two, legal entity and business unit. Without a legal entity and business unit, system don't allow you to create employee user. I mean, they are mandatory while creating employee user. To create this legal entity business unit, first you have to be first you need to create implementation user. From implementation user, you set up all setups that are required, and then finally you create employee user, and from employee user you can work. You got the point. From employee user, you can work later. Okay. So this is one of the points that you need to know. There are two types of users: implementation user and employee user. And next, see, if I am a consultant, I get access to the setups, right? Because I do setups or I change setups. I do all setup related things in the application, isn't it? If I want to do a setup, then I should create a project for myself, or some other company, some other manager or somebody have to create project for me. See, in EPS, to create, to implementation applications, you don't have any concept like project. You can just have some responsibility with setups, and you can do setups from the responsibility. There is nothing like you create project and all. But in this Fusion, they have neatly, cleanly designed this application. You have to create a project. It is called implementation project, and you need to assign that implementation project to some user. It's nothing but consultant or somebody who is taken from the IT. And for that project, you need to enable what setups that employee is going to do. Consultant is going to do. Let's say I have two employees, for an example, employee A, employee B. Employee A, the same example I'll take here, employee 1 and 2. Employee 1 is financial consultant and supply chain management consultant. Employee 1 financial, employee 2 is supply chain. So I will create username for employee 1. Employee 1 have username, password, and employee 2 also have username, password to log in. So for these two, employee 1, employee 2, for these two fellows, you can create individual projects if you want. And you enable only finance for employee 1, so that we can do only finance related setups. We don't do supply chain related setups because that is not enabled. And for employee 2, we enable only supply chain. Only supply chain, employee 2 can set up, nothing else. Okay, or you can do one thing. So you have employee 3 also, who is a manager, project manager. Employee 3 can create project, and within that project, finance, supply chain management both are enabled. Finance and supply chain both are enabled. Now this employee 3, what he can do? He can do setups for both. But he being the manager, he don't do setups. So what employee 3 can do? Employee 3 can assign finance to employee 1 and supply chain to employee 2. That means we are assigning tasks from the project to somebody else. Let's say I'm a manager. I create a project for myself. I take finance and supply chain under the project. And then Oblesh and Hema is working under me. Let's say Oblesh is a person who works on finance. Hema is a person who works on supply chain. What I'll do, I'll assign finance to the Oblesh username. I'll assign supply chain to the Hema username. These two don't have any project, but these two got access to the setups because I have assigned them. You got the point. So this way you can assign task, project related task or implementation related task to the different employees who are working under manager or project lead. You got the point? So create a project and assign tasks to different employees who are working on the setups. Clear? So that we can do. And when some see, what is this called as finance, supply chain, like this? We have HCM, we have so many, okay, so many modules. So what these are called as actually? These are called as offering. We say offering. See, Oracle, when some company go to Oracle Corporation to buy this Oracle Fusion application software, Oracle asks them, what do you want to buy? I mean, what do you want in Oracle Fusion? If I say I want finance only, then they provide for finance offering. So we call it as finance offering. If they have divided like Fusion applications, subscription to Fusion applications, you have to take, okay, you have to take subscription to Fusion applications, and then in Fusion applications, you have to buy offering options. Offering is like finance, supply chain management, HCM. So within finance, we have options like GL is one of the option, AP is one of the option, AR is one of the option, FA is one of the option, cash management is one of the option. So in finance offering, these are the options you have. You want to use only GL, then use only GL from the finance offering. You got the point. You want to use only GL, use only GL from the finance offering. That means you can do setups only for GL. You can't do setups for payables, receivables, assets, and cash management if you're not opting for this AP, AR, FA, and CM options. This is how they sell. I mean, they give offerings. When you take subscription to Oracle Fusion applications, they give offerings, and within offerings there are options. You can use all these options if you buy this offering completely. And we do setups based on the offering we get. Let's say I got only finance offering and I want to do supply chain or HCM setups. No, I can't do because those offerings are not provided because my company did not purchase. You got the point. So in this training, we are going to use finance offering because this is finance training, right? This training is finance training. So you will be learning setups from finance offering. You will be learning setups from finance offering on all these options. All these options I'm going to train you, but finance offering you're going to learn. And when you create implementation project is only for setups. It is not for day-to-day work. I mean, if you want to create invoice or if you want to process payment, that can be done from the projects. Implementation projects we create only for setups. That's why we call it implementation project, right? We call it as implementation project because it is provided only for setup. Only in implementation project you can enable your offering, no one else. Okay, now let's discuss at one time whatever we have discussed. See, if I'm a consultant, I need a username to log into the application, right? If I'm doing financial module setup, then in my user, I need access to one project. That means I have to create project, and within that project, I have to enable finance offering so that I can access finance setups or I can work on finance setup task. We don't say setup here, finance task. Setup replaced with task here. In ABS, we used to call as setups, but here we say task. I can do finance offering related task. I can perform finance offering related task if that is enabled under my project. And then I can do all setups related to financial. It may be ledger setup, chart of account setup, or any payables related setup, asset related setup, receivables related setup. All setups can be done from this finance offering. Okay, because all options are provided under finance. If I want to test, see, after we do setup, we have to test, right, how the function is working. Let's say if I create ledger, I need to test at least creating one journal, whether I'm able to create journal with that ledger and I'm able to post or no. For testing, you need a role related to the job. Sorry, GL. Just before I've discussed, we have roles for every work. So now, let's say I got access to one project where finance is enabled. I also need job roles related to GL, AP, AR, FA, CM to test after setups how those functions are working from the modules. You got the point? See, for an example, I create implementation user as Shashank. Okay. For this Shashank, first I need to provide 3 jobs. There are 3 job roles related to setups. See, I get access to, I can create own project. I can enable finance. But to create project, to enable finance, you need setup access first. Without setup access, you can't create a project, because we do project creation and enable offering. This all we do from setups. For setup access, there are 3 job roles provided. Application implementation, consultant. There is a job role called application implementation consultant. Employee security manager. 3 jobs. This 3 job role access is required. Once you have 3 role access, then you have access to the setup. To get access to these 3, you can do app setup. 3 job missions. Those who get access to these 3 job roles, get access to these 3 job roles. See, job role called application implementation consultant. Without this job role, you cannot implement software. This gives you access to the setups. Job role called IT security manager. It gives you access to the it gives you access to the administration. Administration only get new user, or we can modify user, we can create roles if you want new job roles. So you need administration access also. Because of IT security manager, you get administration access. Because of application implementation consultant, you get what access you get? You get setup access. And because of employee user, you get something called, I have discussed about abstract roles, right? To communicate with database, that is created as employee job role. With the employee job role, you get abstract access. Through that, you can communicate with database when you do setups. These are the 3 job roles are required to do setups. And once you have these 3 job roles, then I go to setups. Setup, we call it as setup and maintenance, SNM, or you can say FSM, functional setup and maintenance. Functional setup and maintenance, we have to go to functional setup. See, you get access to functional setup and maintenance only if you have this application implementation consultant. You are eligible to implement. So Oracle gives you access to setup and maintenance. Got it? If you have this role, then you get access to this functional setup and maintenance. And under this functional setup and maintenance, I'll create one project called Shashank implementation project. And within this project, what all I'm going to set up, I need to enable. I'm going to set up financial modules. I'll enable finance offering. Then from this project, once I get finance offering, I can start doing setups. Clear? Now, if I have completed GL related setups, I want to do testing on GL functions. GL functions like how to create journals, how to post journals, how to reverse journals, how to use suspense account, how to create these recurring journals, how to consolidate data in ledgers. So all these, if you want to perform, then you need access to GL job roles. See, these are not GL job roles. These are technical job roles. I need a job role related to GL. So there are some job roles provided for GL. I'll tell you what job roles provided for GL1 application. GL. I have completed setup for payables. I want to do testing on payables. I need some job roles related to payables. Okay. That's what I said. If I am doing setup, you are not doing setup. Let's say you're working on GL. One person is working on GL. One person is working on AP. One person is working on AR. They all get individual access for the job roles they are working on, but they don't get access to these 3 implementation related job roles or IT related job roles. Because why should I give IT related job roles when you are not a consultant? You are end user. So being an end user, you should get access to only, if you are working on GL, only GL related whatever task you work. Yes or no? So this is how we create or we assign job roles to the user. We create user and implementation job role. This is the reason we create, and we need these 3 job roles for setups, application setups and all. Okay. So you have to remember this: what is offering, what is option, what is implementation project, okay, and what is FSM, financial setup management maintenance, setup and maintenance, and what all these 3 job roles. What is the difference between implementation user, employee user? This all you need to remember, guys, because in interview this question may raise. How many types of users we have in Fusion? There are 2 types: implementation user, employee user. I mean, if I want to implement something, what do I do? We need to create a project, and within project we need to enable the offering we want to set up, and then through offering we can set up application. We can set up the applications. And they ask what is the difference between offering and options. Offering is like finance, and options whatever comes under finance, like GL, AP, AR, FACR. Okay. And yeah, so these are the things you need to remember. Why do we create implementation project? We create implementation project to enable the offering whatever we are working, and to monitor what so far whatever we have done setups and what all pending. And also, if I have a project created, I can assign from the project, I can assign tasks to some other employees also who do setups. So I can do that. Okay. So these all you need to know, because these questions may raise in interview. Clear? Now let's see Fusion applications. Let us see how this job role looks and how this project looks. Okay. I'll not create anything today. I'll just show you the glance of this Fusion application. So here, this is a login page. We need to log in with some username password. Okay. So if you have a username password, you can log in. I have some username password. I'll log in with that username password. And the password is have some other username also. So you have to log in with some username password into the applications. Okay. After you log in, you arrive to some page. So you can avoid this. You can just click on this home button. When you click on the home button, you come to the home page. Okay. So this page is called as Springboard. 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 This page is called as Springboard. Why this is Springboard? Because under each you have a different applications. That's why it is like a spring. When you click on the spring, it opens the applications. So this Springboard, where you have different options to work. Okay, different options provided to work. And whatever you are seeing on the home page as a Springboard, same thing you can access from here. If you click on this navigator, same you have from the navigator also. Whatever you see here on the home page, same you can access from here also. There is nothing difference from here or here. Okay. And anything you want to search, you can search from here. Search option is there. And from where do we do setups? Setups we do from the username. If you click on the username, I said setup and maintenance, right? See, this is called administration. This administration access we got because of 3 job roles: application implementation consultant, IT security manager, and employee. So from this, if you go to setup and maintenance, from this setup and maintenance, we do all setups. There is no other place to go. Only from setup and maintenance you can do setup, because only from setup and maintenance we can create project. So this is a page of setup and maintenance. If you want to create your own project, see, without creating project also you can do setups from here. But you want to create project and you want to monitor what all you have done. Okay, then project need to be created. To create project, see, every page you open, almost you see this is called task panel. Every page you open, I mean, in future, if I open GL related, AP related, whatever page I open, in most of the pages, you see this task panel. When you click on task panel, whatever options are provided related to setup and maintenance, all you can see. So these all provided under setup and maintenance. Like same, now when I click on GL homepage, I get the same task panel. From there, all GL functions I can see there. I mean, what all GL related functions are provided. I can see from the task panel, I can go to any function I want, I can work. Let's say for an example, you got table access. From tables, I can create invoices, I can process payment, I can process batch payment, I can process batch invoices, I can create invoices through spreadsheet. All these are different functions. All these different functions individually provided in the task panel. So when you click on task panel, you can go whichever task you want to work on. So I want to see the project created or any projects are created. Click on manage implementation projects. So these are the different projects you are seeing below, already created projects. If I want to find my project assigned to this username, sorry. If I want to find any project with name, I can find. Let's say I want to find HCM_test, only this project. This project is assigned to whom? This project is assigned to some ban name. This is a username. Somebody created this username and somebody assigned this project to this username. So this project is not assigned to this Cloud 001 user. Can I work from this project? No. You can work, but not on everything, because this project is not belongs to your username. See, if I am seeing so many projects here, like this, every time you log in and you go to setup and maintenance, you see all projects created. But you want to go to your project directly, then click on overview. It will directly take you to your project. Whatever project is assigned to your username, see, it is assigned to Cloud 001 user. Whatever project is assigned to your username, you can see those projects here. It may be 1 or 2 or 10. All projects you can see here. And this is project dashboard. You have assigned any task to any employee. Okay, any task is completed, it turns into different color. So this is like a dashboard of project, and this is a project. If you want to open project, just click on this project, it opens. And then from this project, see, I got finance related offering. As I said, we enable offering in the project, right? We enable offering in the project. So for this project, finance is enabled, that's why we got access to the finance. What all options are there in this? You can see if you click on this, expand. So these are all options within this. Let's say I want to create chart of account, but it's very difficult to remember this path. Whatever path is here, it's not easy to remember, right? I can directly find task with task name, chart of account. I get all tasks related to chart of account. See, these all different tasks or different setups related to chart of account. So which setup you want to perform, you can go to that setup. Okay, so you can find any task with task name and it will show you the path here. How do you navigate? Finance, define common applications configuration for finance, define enterprise structure for finance. Okay, this way also you can access. I'll come back to project. But remembering path is not easy because they are with every path is with 3-4 words. So it's not, that's why we search directly with the task name. So you have to go with this. Define common application configuration for finance, and then define enterprise structure for finance, and then define enterprise for finance. Then define ledgers. Under define ledgers, you may get chart of account. So this is how you can, but do you think this is easy to access path? Oh, it's very difficult, right? One cannot remember, isn't it? So that is the reason directly find with task name. Now I want to set up ledger. You can type directly ledger or primary ledger. You get that task. I want to set up business unit. I get business unit, whatever business unit related task. I want to set up legal entity. I get legal entity related task. So you can find with task name. No need to remember the path or navigation. We say path here. No need to remember this path. You can just remember this task name. With task name, you can find your task, and from here we can work on the application. Tomorrow we'll create a new user, we'll create a new project, we'll see how to assign if I want to assign to some other user tomorrow, and we'll also see like how to enable under project this offerings. How do I get access to the offerings? So we'll see these all in the next session. And from Monday onwards, we will do every day minimum 1 hour session. It will be 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes every day from Monday onwards. Okay. So that's it. Any questions?
No, session.
So bye. See you tomorrow at same time, 8:30.
Bye.